I did a night course and the options were photography or jewellery making. I took the jewellery option and now I have a 4-storey building full of jewellery and jewellery workshops. I was given a set of the models a long time ago. It coincided with a module at college which was a found objects module. I took them to my teacher and she suggested that I taught myself how to use resin and suggested a book by Kathy Murphy called Resin Jewellery. The first box I ever got was a little pack of various religious figures, which was, to me, very humorous, and I loved them. Unfortunately, I don't think any of them survived my first resin making process. I have quite a vast collection now, but I have my regulars, I have my polar bears, I have my swimmers, I have my penguins. That would be the most popular, and then maybe the seaside figures after that. I start with the figures. They're the basis of my work, and then the resin is built around them. I've been lucky enough to find materials and fillers and colours that, especially with the polar bears and the penguins, that replicate Arctic or Antarctic scenes, and I build them up. Some of my work has 12 or 13 layers of resin in with fillers and various colours just to add that depth. It's always at the last polish where you see if you've achieved what you've set out to achieve, but a lot of it is born out of practice and time and just using a bit of ingenuity when it comes to putting things in the resin as well. If a piece is well prepped, the final polish is a really quick process and it is this emergence of something quite special. I love making a ring and seeing all the colours emerge if it's a polar bear or penguin ring, and I've put some colours and textures through it. It's really satisfying to see this beautiful, clean, shiny, clear piece of work sitting on a shelf, all pristine. It is a tricky customer to work with, but when it goes right, it really goes right. It's good fun and I like it and it makes me smile. My miniature models are my diamonds. They're the jewel in the crown. They are what my jewellery is built around. The polar bears look like they're marching through a snowy scene all by themselves. They just make it magic. With using silver with the resin, it almost adds a hardness and resilience to the piece. It protects the resin from scratches and chips. I also like the way I can contrast a piece of really shiny resin and perhaps have a sanded or matte finish or a reticulated finish. It just works well with the blues and it's just a beautiful contrast. There's something about the coldness of silver, I think. That clarity just works really well. The relationship I can build up with some of my customers that I never thought could happen with a small tiny model and a piece of resin is quite extraordinary to me. The emails I get and comments I get and meaning that my work conveys to other people far outweighs what I ever thought was going into it. But I love the fact that people can read into it and see different things than I see and really care about the polar bear in the piece, or it brings them back to a time when they were working somewhere there were polar bears, or running the penguin post office in Antarctica. It's just lovely that I can personalise that. It's always a joy to me to see a return customer and to know that they're collecting a few pieces of my work and that they enjoy it so much. So it is great to build a relationship, and especially at some of the shows I see the same customers back year after year collecting a different piece for their collection, and it's wonderful. I never thought that kind of thing would evolve, but it's just a happy byproduct. There's ranges I haven't investigated and are just waiting to be put in resin really. They don't know it yet, but they will be.